Welcome back to the Socially Distant Podcast. We are on episode 23 today. It is September now. Happy September. We are back as always. 23 weeks is a long-ass time. And we're continuing on. But I'm here with Brad and Trent. What is up, Trent? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good. Living the American dream. You know, had some bad allergies. You know, September is allergy season.
Preach.
Fucking dying. My eyes are so itchy right now, and obviously you can probably, I sound stuffy. I'm not sick. I just fucking sneeze constantly. And yeah, just burning through tissues, you know, from jacking and sneezing, just the usual. How about you, Brad?
Doing great, doing golden. Pretty much the same. I woke up this morning, thought there was a caterpillar in my eye. Because my eyes itch so bad.
Jesus.
From the allergies. You know how it be. But,
I know how it be.
Doing great, feeling great, loving life. Got a lot of fucking hot drama on GNC, and I'm ready to roast some bitches. Because that company sucks.
Name dropping today?
I'm name dropping. I don't give a fuck. I'll name drop my regional manager all fucking day.
Boys, everybody, this is
Nobody's
a high
safe.
episode. We're
Nobody's
getting
safe
a
anymore.
Name drop.
What are you doing on the document, Bradley?
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that. I got ketchup on my one key, I was trying to clean my key out. I didn't know I was writing in the doc.
I was watching the document slowly move down, and I scroll up.
But we'll get to all that baby mama drama in the episode. But yeah, for right now we're just chilling.
We got
Glad
a lot
to be here.
talk about.
A lot to talk about. We should jump right in. What's up? Excuse me. What do we want to lead it off with? We want to lead off the NBA and the more recent topics
it all ties in. I'll just rip it. As everyone knows, Jacob Blake was resisting arrest from several officers, and he was shot 7 times in the back while trying to get something out of his car or something. And it's just fucking dumbfounding that you can just... I don't support resisting arrest, but just blasting someone in the back like that is ridiculous. But then that sent a ripple effect, just like George Floyd did, across the nation. And the Milwaukee Bucks boycotted their game, their playoff game, costing like so many people so much money. Like the owners losing millions, advertising losing millions. Shit's crazy. And then like every team in every league pretty much didn't play. So, yeah. Fucking...
And where it hurts, their pocketbooks.
Hell yeah.
They did for sure. Oh, and then, so this is like the biggest outcome of it. A lot of NBA arenas are being set up as voting centers for the 2020 election, which I guess I like that. Like, I think the players and the owners met up and they're like, hey, we got to do something about it. So,
yeah. I'm telling you right now, if we don't see record high polling numbers, I'm leaving this country.
Sure. There's no hope. There's no hope. If all this shit can't convince you.
Yeah. For damn sure.
No, I guarantee you will, though. You'll see a lot.
Yeah. The thing is there's a lot of people trying to prevent people from voting because of that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But the cool thing, too, that kind of came out of, like, this whole NBA thing is what they're doing with, like, trying to turn arenas into, like, voting centers. Which is dope. I think that's really cool to do. It's a really good idea.
Yeah. I mean, you need also, most of those NBA stadiums, like every other stadium in this country, is built in very poor neighborhoods because it's easy to get cheap land in poor neighborhoods.
Yep.
A perfect example is the Brooklyn Nets. They used a thing in government called eminent domain, where you take private property and for the use of public good. If you can get away with, like, if you can find the correct argument in law for eminent domain, you can pretty much take anybody's property with no, like, with little to no say from them.
Damn.
Which is crazy. But the Brooklyn Nets hit fucking I don't know the specific area location in the city that the stadium is in, like neighborhood wise, but yeah, they took like a whole bunch of poor black people's houses for that stadium and tore them all down. So,
Jesus, I did not know that.
Shout out the Brooklyn Nets. Fucking assholes.
I guarantee they're
Fuck
not
Kevin
the only
Durant.
ones in the fucking NBA who have done that.
Well, think about what fucking... It's just like any business does that shit. Like ripping down things to build malls. Walmart. Well, they tend to build them in like open areas, but they still have destroyed how countless and countless small businesses by creating that Walmart. So, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I see it all over fucking Pittsburgh. You can tell there's a lot of neighborhoods that were like, they're doing two things. They're either kicking the poor people out and building rich white people houses, or they're doing what they're doing in Dunkirk and they're building like those low income houses. And you're seeing like low income people live in these like really upper class looking like normally white people houses.
Yeah. It's probably
Which
that.
is both equally fucked up because that's not, I don't know. I can't, I don't know. Low income housing is weird to me.
It makes, I mean, I can see the idea, but yeah, I agree.
It's just, you have to get those people in a good, the reason it's weird to me is because I think you should be investing that money into those people's future rather than investing it into like some nice ass house. Because I say it all the time. If you don't put money in like businesses in Dunkirk, all those houses that they're paying millions of dollars for are going to look like the ones that were there previously in 10 to 20 years. You
True.
have to fix the system in order for those houses to be worth what you're paying for them.
Yeah, it's a good
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Back
Amen.
to the fucking NBA.
It's just getting wild.
Yeah, shit is getting wild. People are fucking standing up. People want justice. People want change. And they don't know how to fucking do it. No one knows how to do it.
Nope.
But they did the only thing that they could do. And they made a statement for sure.
But what they're doing so far seems to be like a good step.
Yeah. I think it's a great step. Something that really pissed me off, this is sort of off topic, but the NFL, it's on topic, but the NFL said they were going to have like the first week of the NFL, like a bunch of ads and everything about social and racial justice. But it was just like, they were like, just the first week. And I was like,
Yeah, I
yo,
know.
doesn't that
Then we
defeat
gotta go
the
back
purpose?
to making money.
That's sort of like, I don't know. It's just like, I just
Fucking
feel
assholes.
the same way about this shit. I hope I don't know if every time something crazy happens, they're just gonna like stop playing. Like, I don't know.
Me and Brad talked about it yesterday on like our one-on-one call that we had, and we were talking about LeBron James being the face of the NBA. What is your opinion on there being like one single person out of all those athletes speaking for like?
Just because I mentioned to Dylan that I saw something about younger NBA players, like when they had like that big old like conference or like talk, there was something
They
about
were
how
all
like
pissed.
yeah, they were all pissed because like LeBron kind of like jumped in, made his piece, kind of like made it seem like he was like attempting to be like an overall voice, and then he just like jumped out, and I guess it like upset some people. But I told Dylan like I think he has every right to like act that way. I think he's more than earned it in this position that he's in. But
Well, there's definitely several faces of the NBA.
Oops.
LeBron is definitely the biggest name, biggest brand in the NBA right now. But like, so it is. I feel like it can go both ways. Like, yeah, you want.
I meant face in like the aspect of like the players.
Yeah,
and,
like
like-
this whole movement
Yeah,
from the players. Yeah, because like you want one unified like goal. You want one message. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know, because I can see why the other people would be pissed off. Like, imagine someone like you don't even fucking know really that like is just like saying all this shit, trying to like speak for you. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, he has like the position to do that, but I can see how some people would take it offensively.
Also, those players haven't played the sport that they love for the past. I mean, they might have been practicing and stuff, but they haven't played official games since like when, like fucking March. Probably the last officiated like NBA game before all these new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way back. Fucking.
It's definitely been a while.
A lot of people have been, a lot of players, and especially probably young players, are trying to make their mark on the league, and then you have this situation where like there's people speaking for you about not playing and stuff like that.
For sure.
Because I think there might be another issue with like a lot of people don't see the protests like maybe accomplishing the actual goal that like they're speaking out about. Like, I think obviously the protests are bringing awareness to it, but like the news media and everything doesn't talk about the protests anymore as often. So it's very hard.
The only thing you hear about the protests is when someone fucking does some crazy shit.
I haven't heard shit about it honestly anymore. Yeah, it's
The last
literally
thing I
only like
heard-
when like it's only like when like riot or violence breaks out. I haven't heard
Yeah.
shit.
There's protests in Pittsburgh every Saturday.
I was gonna
It's
say,
called, like,
they go on
Civil-
all the time still.
Yeah, it's called Civil Saturdays, and like a bunch of people come down and like they pick a different neighborhood every week, I think, and they
That's pretty
like,
cool.
Just protest peacefully.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean it's good. Like last week they were protesting for like Black Lives Matter, but there's a lot of like Jewish people in Pittsburgh, so they were also like protesting for like against like the anti-Semitism in the country.
Okay.
Because there's also a lot of that going on that doesn't get talked about as
There's a lot
much.
of dumb
There's a lot
shit.
of that before coronavirus. It seemed
There's
like.
a lot of that all the fucking time.
Another
Yeah.
thing too that we were talking about, Dylan, last night, that like a point that I kind of thought of, or did I think we were using? No, we both kind of thought of it, but like then something I want to like bring to Trent and ask like Trent's opinion. Last night, Trent, when Dylan and I were talking, we were saying how like it might be just a factor of us getting older and just being more like aware of like the stuff that goes on in like society and just being more like just the availability to see about it, hear about it, and then interact and like be influenced by it. But like we were saying, like when we were younger, it never seemed like things you would hear in the news or things like your parents would talk about was anything specifically like major like U.S. problems. It always seemed like it was something like overseas with like war or like overseas with like something else. But now it's just nothing but like America and just like its
Yeah.
problems and like just everything that goes wrong. And then we laughed because we were kind of like, shit, it kind of took Donald Trump for like people to finally realize that our country fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, he may have
I thought that
also
was like
accelerated the process.
Yeah, and I mean, exactly. That's how kind of we were saying too. Like, it's really shitty to say that's what it took, but it finally took that for us to like take a step back and be like, okay, like our country really isn't as good as we think it is.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of people live in a false reality that things are a lot better, a lot worse than they actually are. But I don't know. Yeah. But then again, I feel like it's been worse.
True.
Like I can't say, but I couldn't imagine being drafted into like a fucking war,
No.
or going through the Great Depression, surviving off fucking breadcrumbs and rice cakes.
That's what we were talking. That's like, I hit that on the head though, right, Dylan? That's kind of what we said. Right? Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to Melissa earlier about it, but there was this TikTok trend going around where people, those POV TikToks?
Yes.
There's one going around where people dress up as Holocaust victims.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of I don't know, they're probably teenagers to probably just in the teenager demographic of people of these kids dressing up like Holocaust victims.
Fuck teenagers.
And trying, in their mind they're bringing awareness to it, but in reality maybe they are. I don't know. My personal opinion is I think it's pretty fucked up to dress up like a Holocaust victim.
That's
in
fucking
any way, shape,
ridiculous.
or form.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie.
But
I have a different For You page than that, but
I don't get any of them. I just see there's obviously because it's a hot topic on TikTok. It bleeds over into YouTube, and a lot of YouTubers made videos on it this week about this trend. But I was talking to Melissa about how I don't know if they even understand. Like, obviously, neither do we to a certain extent because we weren't born in that time period. But as you get further and further away from an event, I think society gets more like
Detached from it.
Yeah, detached from it.
Like
And
the
so,
true
like,
meaning and
reality
just
of
like
what
the
actually
importance.
happened.
Yeah. And so like even there was a couple cases of kids like cosplaying like 9/11 victims. And that's like a perfect example because that's close to like when they were born, but they weren't alive during that time period, so they didn't see any of it. So you're like detached from that situation.
Yeah, that's really.
And I think it's like that just shows like a lack of actual education in America because I feel like you should be able to get a good understanding of these very important world events through school. And if you're not getting that and you're you're making Holocaust videos on TikTok, I think that shows a problem with like these kids like and how they're being like raised.
That is just really strange.
Yeah,
I don't, like, where do you get that idea? Where was that like did somebody start that and then it was like a trend, I assume? Like who the fuck came up with that idea to begin with?
Yeah.
Who was like, hey,
trend,
here's what we do.
Trend now, so a lot of people are doing it.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of.
Yeah, TikTok.
That's so weird.
Oh my god,
TikTok
I'm not
does
gonna.
breed some bad things.
Oh, 100%. But dude, not gonna lie, the Pakistan things.
Mm-hmm. I get so many of those now, Trent.
Dude, I send them to you constantly because I think they're so funny. Wow, grape. Oh, Brad, have you seen those? You know what we're talking about?
No, I have no idea. I don't have TikTok. I don't know what
It
the
was
fuck
on,
you guys are talking about.
They were on the Real Socially Distant podcast on Instagram. Follow it.
Was it on there? I didn't even.
It was one post. I think Melissa did. It was mad funny.
No, I did that one.
Okay.
Melissa yelled at me for that, but I pushed through.
That was funny. I was crying, bro. Oh my god.
I've been limiting my Twitter and my Instagram use just because half the time when I go on there, it just ends up pissing me off anyway. So I just
I go on it way too much at work because I'm just sitting there in between calls. So I need to find something to do.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna buy like a dartboard or something for a desk that I can just sit
bud.
and practice darts while I take calls.
Do something productive while you're sitting there taking calls that you could just like
darts.
Busy
I like
time.
that.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna get a standing desk. I'm gonna just have darts, and I'm just gonna walk around.
That's funny as shit, dude. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That is mad funny.
That's how you maximize productivity.
Just Dylan's just walking around talking to people. All right, let me tell you something. He's just fucking walking around with his dartboard.
You guys ever hit a double bullseye? Red eye? Shit's far.
Somebody picks up the phone. Somebody picks up the phone like mid fucking throw, and Dylan's like, "Yes, bullseye!" And the person's like, "Hello."
That reminds. I watched Wolf of Wall Street the other night, and I didn't realize because it's not on Netflix or anything anymore. So I watched it on like 1-2-3 Movies.
Oh, I remember we used to rock the shit out of that.
Hell yeah! And freaking
good times.
it was like the director's cut, and I didn't know, and like. It was the director's cut is like 3 hours long, and like we got to like the 2 hour mark. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this movie so long?
You're like, why
It
is
is
this
long.
movie still playing?
There were so many scenes that like they cut out of the actual like theater release one. It's a long one. Also, I think it's The Hateful Eight. There's like on Netflix you can watch the director's cut, but it's 4 separate episodes and they're all an hour long.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch a 4-hour cut of The Hateful Eight,
That's so funny.
terrible.
That was Dwayne's like favorite movie before the stroke. He loved that.
Was it really?
shit. Yeah, he loved that movie.
It's dope.
it's a good movie.
Highly recommend.
It's not bad. I didn't mind it.
Tarantino movies are long as fuck to begin with.
Yeah.
Freaking Jackson, Melissa, and I went and saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that movie's like 3 and maybe 3.5 hours long.
Probably you like fall asleep and you're like, what? Whatever. What I miss?
Yeah, I don't know. That was one of those movies I loved it the first time, but I do not think I could sit through it twice.
Yeah,
no,
fuck that
I'm
shit.
goody. I'm Gucci gang on
3
that one,
hours.
bud.
Yeah, but I've watched *Inglourious Bastards* like probably 5 or 6 times.
That movie I've never seen, and I need to see it.
What?
Yep, I know. Judge me.
I just farted
Judge him.
because I didn't know. I'm so shook.
I need to watch that movie.
Highly
I'm
recommend.
so
Great
shook,
movie.
he says. I'm
I
sorry.
literally trembled in my pants.
I will do better. I promise.
It's okay, papi.
Okay.
Oh,
But what else? What was I gonna say to comment? Just like you said, Quentin Tarantino, and I just remember like I saw this like interview with him one time, and somebody was trying to ask him about like violence and like his movies and like how he feels about all that, and he was like, I don't care. Like he got pissed off because they were trying to like connect his movies to like violence and people and how they're like super dark, kind of how people try to do that shit with video games. Dylan wrote an essay about that. Check that out. Link in the description. No, I'm just kidding. That was a good paper though. I read that one. But just funny shit like that. Like he gets pissed off. He's a weird individual.
I've never seen him. I wonder what he looks like. I'm gonna look that up.
No, once you see him, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's him. Because I had to look him up too one time. Because I was like, what does he look like? He's got the big ass forehead, and he's just like, he looks
He's a
angry as
weird
fuck.
motherfucker. Dude, he's also like
Oh yeah, it's that. You guys see
one
the
of those-
meme of him
yeah.
in like the mirror? He's standing in the house.
He's one of those people in Hollywood that should have gotten canceled, but he is just too influential to be taken out of that situation. Like,
He's too
when
him.
he was filming Kill Bill, the actress, I'm blanking on her name, but she had to film the scene like where she was driving the vehicle herself, and they tested it like one way, but they didn't test it coming back, and she was coming back, she fucked up super hard and drove into a tree and got super hurt. And that was all because like Quentin Tarantino like pushed her like super hard to do the scene like that.
Y'all gotta make sacrifices out here.
The film industry, if you have a crazy director who wants something a specific way, you can put your life on the line. That's for
Some
damn sure.
actors like they do, bro. Some actors are like just super like, what's the?
That's what makes the content.
There's a term for it when they like do all their own shit and they get really like Heath Ledger. He was like method acting is what I'm trying to get at.
Acting?
Like what's his name does all his own stunts. Freaking the guy who never ages or dies. Fucking
Tom Cruise.
Morgan
yeah.
Freeman.
Thank you. You knew who I was talking about. I didn't even have to say it.
Dude, Tom Cruise is a fucking beast of a human being. It's still happening. I'm 99% positive, but he's making a movie in space. In
course
actual
he is.
space.
Cause he's like, didn't he learn for that one movie? Didn't he learn how to like fly those like planes? Like he actually like that's legit, dude.
Top Gun.
Top Gun, yes.
Yeah, no, he wants to learn everything about like the roles that he's in,
Which is amazing.
It makes the movie a lot better. I've never seen the Mission Impossible movies.
Neither have I.
but,
There's like 18 of them, so I don't know how you
They're
watch
pretty
them all.
alright.
Yeah,
They're sort of
I've heard
crazy.
they were good, but I've heard that like the only good because Tom Cruise is in the movie, and like
There's
he's
no other good
being, like,
actors.
peak Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Tom
I don't know
Cruise
what-
reminds me a lot of Tom Brady for some reason.
You think?
They're very similar human beings. I think they're just both at the top of their craft. And
They sort of look the same.
Who would you say is the most recognizable, the most like well-known actor? When somebody says like name an actor, who comes to? When I say name an actor, who's the first person that comes to mind?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yep, I was gonna say him.
yeah, that's a good one.
Him or like
I
Ben
think-
Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. I think like Tom Cruise, Ben Affleck, Matthew McConaughey,
Matt Damon,
Tom Hanks.
Leo,
Matt Damon.
Tom.
Matt Damon and Leo. Those are like
Yeah.
those are
Leo.
probably like the biggest ones. But like females though, when I say female actor, actress I should say.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think it.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yep, Jennifer Aniston, ScarJo. I was thinking of like Drew Barrymore too. She always comes to my mind
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
because she's been hitting shit since she was a. Oh, you know what I didn't even think about? Like fucking Adam Sandler, Vince Vaughn, like those guys too.
That's
Adam
like a whole
Sandler's-
nother breed of like movie stars though.
Yeah, that's like
It's
that's like the comedy ones. You got like comedies, you got your real movies.
I think like
You're
they're
telling
more
me
like
Adam
a
Sandler
troupe.
movies
I-
aren't real movies?
No, they are like I'm saying. Like Adam Sandler and his friends are like a troupe of actors. So like I think when I think of one of them, I started thinking of the rest of them.
You know what I think of?
They all act in each other's movies.
I think of like the Grown Ups cast. It's literally like that's what it is. It's the Grown Ups cast.
They really do be.
It's Adam Sandler. It's
Kevin James.
Thank you. I couldn't think of his name. Kevin James. Then you have Chris Rock, and then the crazy dude who always is the weird one.
The blonde dude.
Yeah, the blonde dude. He's hilarious. I love him. David Spade.
David Spade.
And then Rob Schneider too. Like those are like those.
Rob Schneider.
Those five. Those five
Schneider.
right there. Adam Sandler, David Spade, Kevin James, Chris Rock, Rob Schneider. Like those are like the classic. Like comedy ones, and then you get like some other ones like Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi's a funny motherfucker. He's wild, dude. He's so funny.
Danny DeVito.
I love Steve Buscemi. Danny
DeVito.
DeVito.
He's a good guy.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia, baby. Dylan, I want you to tell me, because you talked a little bit about it, and then obviously we were going to save it. I need you to tell me about Neuralink.
Oh, the fucking... That Bob. Yeah, there's a lot about Neuralink that has came out in the past, but this past Friday we saw...
I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick, Dylan. You tell me.
Yes, sir. Great success.
Captain. Fucking Elon Musk fucking had like a press conference about Neuralink finally, and he showed it off to the public, because I think most of it before this was kind of not behind closed doors, but like you kind of just had to be keeping up with the company, or like hear it on like Joe Rogan's podcast or something. But yeah, they had an event, and so Neuralink, pretty much to sum it up, is like an implant. Think of it like a heart implant or any other piece of tech that you would put in your body to emulate something that the human body would do normally that it's not doing properly. So they would use like a robot, and this robot is using artificial intelligence, and it's knowing Elon, he's gonna wait till it's perfect to use it on an actual human, like the Teslas.
Yes, he will.
He said it in the press conference. He said just like his cars, like these robots are going to be 5-star like safety rated, and it's going to go above and beyond all like the safety regulations that are in place by the FDA, which is good. But yeah, so they would implant this thing into your brain. It uses little electrodes that I don't remember the distance that it really goes in your brain, but it's on like the outer layer of your brain. Like right now, it's not going to be deep inside of your brain, so it's very easily taken out. But at the press conference, they showed off. He called it the 3 Little Pigs experiment, and
3 little pigs.
There was a pig without it in its brain, a pig with it, and a pig who had it, but they took it out, and all 3 pigs were like indistinguishable. I can't say that word. But
indistinguishable apart?
Yeah. But they all looked like normal happy pigs, and he was very adamant that they were very happy pigs.
Hey, happy pigs.
Oh, Elon.
But this device, he says, has the potential to, quote, rid humans of the following: memory loss, hearing loss, blindness, paralysis, depression, insomnia, extreme pain, seizures, anxiety, addiction, strokes, and brain damage. So he's saying that he wants to get it to where it's a general purpose implant. So to begin, I think they're going to focus on specific like ailments. So like they'll like go after someone who has like blindness, and they'll do like a whole bunch of tests with people who are blind, put it in blind people, see if they can fix that problem. And then once they have data from all these different people, they can put it all together using like AI and artificial like computer things in order to like create a general purpose thing that the general public could put in, and they would be rid of all these things throughout their entire life.
Yes, but sounds dope.
Which
I'm
is a
about
crazy
it.
concept.
I want it, bro.
Very
I'm
crazy.
going blind. Give me it. Fucking going blind.
I mean, you could cure Alzheimer's. You
I got
could
terrible eyes, and I need them fixed.
Yeah, that would take LASIK surgery out of the fucking.
That would take a
program.
lot of things out of the program, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I think.
Pharmaceuticals,
That's why I think
all together.
Elon. Yeah, that's why I think Elon is like not from this planet, because his mind operates on a different level.
Yeah, for damn sure. I think, like...
Who else would think of that? Who else would think of that? Nobody would think of that. And who
I
else
think-
would be able to make it work?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean, like, if you look at science fiction, a lot of the stuff, probably you could find it somewhere. But I think Elon realizes that science fiction is not really fiction. I think he sees the potential around
It's
him
just science.
to make fucking actual changes and are like, because I don't know, I feel like for a long period of time, technology kind of was at a slow, compared to what it is now, technology was at a very slow rate compared to how fast we're ramping up right now.
Think about it this way, right? Technology. Literally, science fiction is just the understanding of physics, of technology, etc., that we just don't have access to yet, but we will. That's the way I look at it. Like, they never thought we would fucking carry things in our pockets that would connect us to the internet or make phone calls in, like, a matter of seconds. And now every single person on the planet basically has a supercomputer in their back pocket.
Yeah. I always,
Very
like,
true.
in the back of my head, I always wonder if, like, we're just emulating what pop culture creates in front of us, though. I feel like, because, like, Back to the Future, like, when that movie came out and they were showing, like, what the future would look like, whatever year it was, like, I can't remember what year they had in the movie, like 2013 or something. And they had, like, flying cars and stuff.
Yeah,
I feel
that
like
shit fake.
when we weren't at that point yet, I feel like we, within the past couple of years, have gotten to the possibility of being at that point.
Mm-hmm. Facts. No, I feel you.
That's different.
It's just a matter of, like, how we get there and, like, what we have to sacrifice to reach that point. Because I feel like in order to reach, like, full, like, science fiction world, like, fucking Blade Runner kind of shit, like,
Blade Runner.
you have to give up a lot of fucking what the old world used to be.
Yeah. No, without a doubt.
For damn
But
sure.
I also think, I mean, to a degree, it almost, I don't want to say it has to happen, but that's just how, like, the world works. You just grow and
Yeah.
evolve and advance.
Well, I feel like if your species isn't doing that, I feel like your species isn't gonna last. You have to keep growing, but it comes down to sustainability. Like, you're gonna keep running into these like hurdles that you have to come together as like a species to figure out in order to make it to that next step. Like, if you want to be like a species that rules the entire universe and like fucking makes like simulations and stuff and does all this stuff, you have to overcome a lot of different obstacles. There's no way you can survive off of like one single planet, so you have to go to a different planet and that kind of shit.
True.
Big
We're going to Mars. We're going to Mars, baby.
And you see it right now, we're trying to get off Earth because if we just want to keep going in this direction of everybody having kids and we have billions and billions of people, the Earth cannot sustain that.
No. We will never survive. Hey, you think of just like looking at other things like renewable resources and space. I think that's one thing people don't think a lot about too, is like people think of more like just economic standpoints of like having more people and like having to like hold more people. But what about room? We're gonna run out of room. I know people die and like you can like newer people can move into people's places who have died, but like eventually we're gonna run out of space to just house people.
Well, we're also forcing ourselves into a situation where everyone has to live in a city.
Yeah.
Like, the concept of like a city is becoming, like, you see it all across Africa. There's super cities in Africa, in countries where they literally, the average income is fucking abysmal. There's super cities with 21 million people living in shacks because the concept of a city is necessary because you have to put all the resources in one spot.
Because when you live far out and you have to go far for resources, is when you have things that happen like food deserts. Shout out SDP episode 22. Go and watch it. That's what we talked about, right? We talked about it last episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking look at that. But yeah, 100%, big dog. Couldn't agree more. Fucking dumb shit.
One of the craziest things from the Elon Musk presentation was someone asked a question, and it was about, do you think you'll be able to like record and go back to your memories like it's a library? And Elon Musk said yes, and he was like, I think we would be able to do that. And I was just thinking like, yo, that's sort of fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he talks about it a lot. Honestly, he talks about the idea that like the human brain really is like a very smart machine, but it has low like memory. Like if you think about it like a computer, you just don't have a lot of RAM
100%.
to like fucking do like processes and like store things. And if you like offload a lot of like the brain's functions onto like an external device, like he wants to be able to like put it on your phone,
And then he was like,
your phone will be able to take some of those processes away from your brain.
Isn't it weird though? Go ahead, Trini.
well, like, but then he just kept talking about how like you could take like all that information and like your knowledge and your memories and put it into an AI or a robot or something. And it's like, whoa, okay. So we're at that point
of
though.
Consciousness.
So yeah.
I was just gonna say like when like because Dylan, you said like kind of like RAM and everything. I was just gonna say like I'd like to know more and just like see like studies if anybody's done it or like just certain research about like why our brain chooses to memorize certain things that it does. I mean like thinking about it like myself, like there's certain things like certain classes in college, like stuff that you learn and stuff that you memorize, but then other stuff that like if somebody were to ask you it, you would be like, oh, I don't know, like I don't remember that. But you can sit here and show me like pictures of like, you know, gods from like Smite or maybe like certain Pokemon. I could give you their name in like 3 seconds because like my brain retains that information, but my brain doesn't retain certain information that'd be like more useful and more prevalent. It's just weird. I've always thought it's weird like that. I was like, shit, why can I remember this stuff so easily? But then stuff you like try so hard. True, but then like other stuff that you try so hard to remember, you just can never hold on to. It's always been weird to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say like what Trent said, like it's what you find like useful and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like more just like interesting, I guess.
But I feel like it's not completely concrete to that extent. I feel like I remember a lot of weird random little things.
So do I.
And I'll forget like probably important things that could definitely take up that space.
100% me as well.
The brain's a weird thing, man, and I'm just waiting for Elon to tell me how it works.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll figure it out.
If our society does anything, if we can map the human brain and figure out exactly how it works,
it's going to be Elon Musk.
If we can turn Dwayne back into robot Dwayne,
yes,
dude,
true.
That shit would be crazy. Oh my god.
Would you want them to be able to get to the point to where they can take your brain out of your body when you die and put it in a robot and you can live through a robot?
I think I would rather do that when I'm alive. I think I would rather like not die.
Yeah.
And have them do it pre-death.
Well, I mean, like they tell you, like, okay, like we're gonna put you to sleep and you're gonna wake up in a robot, like kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it would have to be like the robot would have to be in like there's that word again, but
indistinguishable.
Yes.
There's that word again. He goes
from my regular body.
Yeah, I feel you. There's that word again.
There's some words that my mouth will not let me pronounce.
There's a lot of words my mouth won't let me pronounce, and it really bothers me.
But then that problem with like the room you were talking about, like the room on Earth for the people, if everyone's just living forever in robots, well then no one's gonna have bait. Well, I don't know how the fuck that would work, yo. Send all the robots to Mars so they can live with no
if we're
oxygen.
all robots, we could, and we don't need to take in oxygen anymore. We could probably speed up the process of technology pretty quickly, at least in space. If we can figure out how to survive in space without needing fucking normal human needs, like water, and we just live off of fuel.
When did we get a Wally? Where's our Wally?
I don't want to get to Wally.
I want a Wally.
I mean,
I don't want to get to Wally, but I want a Wally.
Oh, I mean, there's those little Amazon bots that drive around.
Yeah, but I want like an R2-D2 type deal thing.
Yeah.
I want one of those. So I can just hear him go, wow!
There's also those fucking Boston Dynamics fucking spots. Those robot dogs.
Crazy, yeah.
Those are. Yeah. You can buy one right now. If you got $70,000, you can buy a robot dog. You can tell that robot dog to go anywhere.
That'd be so dope. All right. I want to fucking.
Bezos needs to buy fucking 10,000 robot dogs.
I want to hit this GNC shit because I want to tell you guys about it because it was fucking stupid today. Okay.
Get it off your chest, Rick.
So, yes, I will. So, as I told you guys before, as I talked about, we got word like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, roughly, that GNC was going to be closing our store. Just has to do with a combination of just like COVID stuff, the company going into like Chapter 11 bankruptcy and just trying to like reassess, reallocate all their assets and just different stores and stuff. So a lot of stores have been closing, specifically smaller ones like us, just because even though we profit and we do, we like have success, we're still just a low volume. So they just kind of figured like, yeah, you guys profit, but since you only see like a handful of customers a day, it'd be better off like putting those resources towards bigger stores so they can get more customers and profit more, blah, 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 which I understand. That's how business works. Like, I'm not going to be upset about it. But we got word that we were supposed to close like tentatively either like the 15th to the 17th, like one of those 3 days. And then my manager gets a call this morning that like either the regional manager or corporate itself or a combination of both, they're thinking now of pushing it back to the 28th of September. And he's like, whoa, what do you mean? He's like, you told me the 15th of September. He's like, I already have another job. He's like, I'm working doubles these next 2 weeks until the store was supposed to close. So then that way, because like, he'll be getting like a little bit out of staying with GNC as far as like just what they're going to give him severance pay for like the manager position. So like, obviously like he would want to stay and get that. And, because of like all the stuff that's going on top of it, like I talked about before, we're doing like pack and ship stuff now where we're kind of like a glorified warehouse. And my manager, he's been coming in this week so far, these past 2 days I should say only. He's been showing up like really early in the morning before he has to go and work second shift in the afternoon. And he's just been doing shipment all day, and then I've been showing up and just running the sales as like the manager hours would be. And he's packing up like 50, 60 packages a day. And our regional manager is still like calling and bitching at us saying like, oh, there's so many orders on back order where we need to do a better job. We need to do it faster. And like he tells her the same thing over and over. He's like, I'm literally doing this all day 24/7. He's like, I don't stop at any point. He's like, it's not my fault that we get so many in. He's like, I can't catch up if they just keep coming in. And like she just gets all fucking bitchy, and I hate her so much because she's just a nasty bitch, and she's never done anything like good for us like as employees. She just like wants us to make her look good, which is like, you know, the shittiest thing in the world, but that's how corporate works. And then like today at like 4:00, I get a call and she's like, this is Brad, right? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, what's up, Missy? And she's like, okay. And she's like voiced again how we need to do a better job and we need to be faster with the shipments, and we're behind so many on orders that have been like placed like a day ago or 2 days ago. And once again, I told her, I was like, we're doing them as fast as we can. Kind of pissing me off now. And I started getting a little like lippy with her because like I'm sick and tired of having her call me every day and tell me I need to do this shit faster. And I was like, I don't know if you understand. I was like, but Jason packed up like 50 things today. I was like, you really need to get off his ass about it because we can't go any faster. And she's like, I know. She's like, please don't get upset with me. She's like, we just need to make sure we're satisfying the customers and their needs and everything. And I was like, I don't give a shit about the customers right now. I was like, you're yelling at us for something we can't control. And she's like, okay. She's like, so I assume you're working the rest of the night? I was like, I've been here since 10 o'clock. I'm not working here until 9 o'clock, bitch. I was like, I'm leaving at 5 o'clock. And she goes, okay. She goes, who's coming in after you? And then I told her like the employee that was coming in afterwards, not gonna fucking place names. And she goes, like, okay. She goes, here's what we're gonna do. She's like, have them close the store at 5 o'clock, shut down, turn the lights off, and just do shipment until they leave at 9. And I was like, you're kidding me. And she's like, no. She's like, we need to catch up because we need to make sure our customers come first. And I go, you are honestly ridiculous.
That is like the most fucking two-headed statement on earth because you're closing the store where customers could come inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we need to send shit out to all these people that live in like Arizona and Oklahoma because they need their fucking vitamins right away. Like they can't walk out their front door and go 20 minutes to a store. And I texted my manager that, and he goes, what the fuck? He goes, I'm about ready to hang it up. He goes, I don't even care anymore. And I go, I'm following you out the door, man. I go, I ain't staying for this bullshit. So it was just a complete shit show today of just like getting jerked around, like. And then he called her on the phone. Like after she told him like the whole like the pushing it back day, and he told her straight up. He's like, listen. He's like, I already got another job. He goes, I'm making way more money there than I am here. He goes, you told me the 15th. He goes, I was okay with working doubles to finish this store out, to like pack things up and get them shipped out and close it up because like obviously I've worked here for so long, so like it's kind of like my job. He's like, and I want that severance pay because like, you know, you kind of owe me, like they do, for as much as like the shit all that she's done, like all the stuff that he's done, like they owe him and stuff. He's like, but I can't. He's like, we can't do this. He's like, you can't push it back to the 28th, and then I get a phone call and you tell me like one more week into October or like a couple more weeks. He's like, our store's not gonna stay open because like we don't have a lot of like we have like literally nothing left. We haven't gotten new shipment in like a month, and we're putting out. Last week we did $20,000 in inventory, so like our shelves are bare as fuck right now, and we're not gonna get more stuff in. And then she's like, well, what if we send you like shipments from like other stores until like you close at the end of the month? He's like, no. He's like, we will pack up everything that we can. And he said, on the 15th, I'm shutting the door and we're locking it for good. He said, if you want us to stay open, he goes, I'll leave my keys in the register and you can deal with it. He said, it's not going to be my problem anymore. And I was like, that boy JT, stick it to the fucking man.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how it should be.
If you guys could just fucking go to HR and report that shit and start a whole fucking hullabaloo.
He said, he honestly said, like, he was like, I should fucking, he goes, I should call corporate. He goes, I should fucking write a letter or do something and just let them know about their wonderful regional manager of, like, our region.
If you call HR and then you threaten to, like, tell fucking the Dunkirk Observer.
Go on strike.
Yeah. I bet, I'm going to go to the Dunkirk Observer about this shit because it's bullshit.
They'll act real quick. I'm telling you.
It was just, like, it's just a bunch of stupid shit,
it's already on the
dude.
podcast, so.
I know. She's just like, she's been one of those regional managers. Like, I've been there a year and a half or so right now, maybe like a year and 3 months. And like, for the time that I've been here, she's just always been one of those regional managers that she acts like she cares about the employees that are underneath her, but all she wants us to do is just make her look good as a manager. So like, whenever like we have like low numbers or low sales or stuff like that, she's like, come on team. She's like, I really need you guys to pull through so we can have a good week. It's like, you don't care about us. You just care about how corporate, like, looks at you. It's like, oh yeah, Missy does a great job of fucking that whole region, District 14 down there. Like, she's such a great regional manager. No, she's actually shit because she doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Everybody else does the work for her and makes her look good.
I mean, that's just corporate culture, unfortunately. It's like, you have to shit on everybody underneath you in order to make your metrics. Like, the concept of, like, meeting metrics is just, like, a stupid thing to me. Because it takes all, like, human, like, the human aspect out of work.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like you're literally turning people into like machines to hit numbers.
It's so dumb. It's just like stupid though, because I don't know what she expects. Like, she knows that JT's obviously the manager, and then there's me who have graduated college, and like I've voiced to him many a times, like, the sooner we can be done the better, because I'm trying to like visit and apply to places to like get a full-time job. Like, I've been graduated from college now for like months. Like, I want to get out of my life. And he told her on the phone, he's like, listen, he's like, I got 2 employees that are college students. I told them we were going to close the 15th, and they've already started looking for other part-time jobs. I was like, you can't fucking, like, jerk them around. He goes, my 3rd employee graduated college. He's looking for full-time jobs. He's like, do you think he's going to stay here and just, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to stay here and just get dragged along. And then he told her, he's like, I already have another job. He's like, and if you think I'm working double shifts for a month, he's like, you got another thing coming. He goes, because I can guarantee you that when I put that key in the register and I walk out that door for good, all 3 of them are going to follow me. And he got off the phone. I go, damn straight, I ain't working at this bitch if you ain't here, JT. I said, I'm out too. And that's how it's going to be, bro. If he fucking throws in the towel and quits, if we're open past the 15th and he finally says, you know what, I don't care about the severance, I'm fucking done, I'm filing him out the door. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
My mom's like, well, you won't get unemployment, though, like, once it starts. Like, I don't give a fuck about unemployment. I'm going to be finding a full-time job within a month. Yeah. I was like, if you and Dad don't care about me, like, not working while I'm still living here until I find a full-time job, then I'm not worried about it at all. I was like, I don't need the fucking unemployment. Give it to somebody else who actually needs it.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
shit. And my mom was like, all right, cool. But I told JT, I'll go, dude, I go, you put your key in the fucking register, I'm following right behind you. And he just laughed. He goes, that's what I like to hear. He goes, that's loyalty. I go, hey, man, we got to stick together out here. And he just laughed. He's so funny, dude. He's a great boss. He's a great manager. He's just like, he's a dude. I love it. Because he has the same, like, mindset as me. Is just like, fuck corporate. He despises them.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
I'm starting to see like the fucking that kind of shit from like my shit in a different way. the whole idea of metrics and everything, and like they're trying to push everyone a lot harder because we're getting closer to the election, and it's just, I don't know, that shit just pisses me off. But I know in politics, there's a lot of social justice warriors who are very big advocates of labor rights, so they're very loud when that kind of shit happens, so it doesn't last very long. So
no, it's just, like you put it best though. That's just how corporate works. In order to like succeed and to move higher up, you need to shit on the people that are below you at the time. Yeah. Which is terrible. Which is completely just asinine and backwards of how it should be. But the world works in funny ways sometimes.
It's also like you could definitely be doing something better with your time than fighting your way up from like fucking dirt to fucking CEO of some company that's not gonna last. Like fucking imagine like spending like 15 years of your life climbing that ladder and then GNC goes out of business. Like, yeah, you might be able to find a job at another fucking company, but all that work you put into that company, it's not gonna transfer over completely to your new job. So you just wasted all that time climbing that ladder.
No, and I got to the gym and like I was in the one stretching like group fitness room like by myself. I was just like towards like the side, and my mask was down below my nose because I was like just stretching and warming up. And my one friend who works there, his name is Mark, shout out Mark, he like walks by and he comes to like get the towels in the room and he goes, "Hey," and he yells to me, and I like take my earbud up. I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "Mask above the nose." I go, "Mark, don't start me right now. There's nobody in the fucking room." He goes, "Hey," because the owner's name is Mark too. He goes, "Hey," if the other Mark walks by, he's gonna actually yell at you. He goes, "I'm just watching out for you." I go, "Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry." I was like, "Just been a rough day." He goes, "Oh yeah." I go, "Yeah, don't work in retail." He goes, "Why do you think I don't?" And then he walks away. I was like, "Damn."
I don't.
I was like, "You're right. You're right."
Fair enough.
Man. I'll never work in retail ever again. And if people who work I told Jason today, I go, "You know what, man? I go, if this store wouldn't have been closed, you wouldn't have been looking for another job. And I respect the fact that you were going to work in retail the rest of your life."
I don't know, man. I definitely could never go back to fast food and or retail. I feel like those jobs are meant for like, I've always said it, I think minimum wage jobs should be only like fucking high school to college kids.
Yeah.
I don't think that, I think everybody who is like an adult should be able to find some kind of full-time job.
But then you also have to think about the fact that like somebody has to be there to like oversee and to make sure that those things run smoothly the entire time.
Yeah, like management and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
which is then it's tricky because like how do you give that to a college student?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Very true.
I don't know. I think that we should, as a country, should work harder to try to get everybody to have the ability to work like a job that's not flipping burgers.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think that flipping burgers should be something you strive for to be doing when you're 36 years old.
And if you do, and you like it, more power to you.
Yeah, that's true. If it makes you happy, there you go. If you hate your life and you're flipping burgers.
That's the message of the podcast, man. That's not the message. I'm not going to say it. If you fucking hate your life and you're flipping burgers, there might be a correlation. But if you love your life and you end up flipping burgers, you're doing great. More power to you.
Hell yeah.
More power.
Like Dylan and I kind of talked about it last night when we were younger and like getting out of high school and like trying to think about like college. Like him and I both, we kind of just like thought about like, okay, like what should I do to make the most money possible? And now both of us have completely just like, obviously we want to make money and we want to be rewarded for like our hard work and everything, but that's not what the main importance right now. Like I'm just looking at trying to do something that I love and have a passion for, and I could really care less if I make, $40K as opposed to making 130K. Doesn't really matter to me. I'd rather do something I enjoy and then just be smart with my money, invest it properly, and just enjoy my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could probably turn like 40K a year into a higher salary by using it correctly.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Trenny will teach me how to do that in the future. And Jake.
Dude, it's just
the Stonks boys.
Simple long-term investing.
True that, brother. Trinity,
Growth
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
dividends.
looking last night when Dylan and I were talking. I went and looked on my Fidelity, bro, and motherfucking American Airlines was up. Like, them boys was up like freaking $5. Should have sold.
Ooh-wee.
I told Dylan, I said, Dylan, that'd be the perfect time to sell, because, like, why not?
Dude, fucking, yeah, I recommend sell, fucking accrue some gains, use that money, buy something else. That's what I've been doing.
I said it's such a
Yeah,
small
that's what
little,
I
like,
wanna start doing.
it's
But I
just-
have too many
yeah.
long-termers.
such a small little
Yeah,
bump,
for sure.
but, like, that's how you gotta do it.
Because like right now, like my Microsoft and my Spotify one both have made me like $20, and I could
Mhm.
just take the like $40 and put it somewhere else. But like, I don't know. I like having them in there. It makes me happy to see like nice stocks in there rather than some random little thing.
See, and I think the same.
Oh,
shit,
Southwest
like,
Airlines,
I love looking at my account and looking at Tesla, and fucking like like nice companies. I don't have many. But
I don't
like,
have many.
well, it's not like I invest in shit companies. I'm just investing in like long-term value,
Yeah.
like possible growth valuations. So I'm not like, so if you think about it, so you're invested in Microsoft, is comparing Microsoft to like Tesla, which is astronomical. Is don't do that,
Yeah.
but like Microsoft isn't. How are they gonna grow? Like
Yeah.
what else are they gonna like bring out in the future? Like Tesla has all these things already coming that they're planning on doing. So I don't know. There's just the difference in like, say you invest in a $1 stock, and that shit like is gonna. It's just
Because those $1 stocks, they're in the process of doing something new.
yeah. Like the one,
Yeah.
like fucking Indoor Intelligence
In Pixie or whatever.
in Pixon, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
All I know
I
is
have it in my watch list. I look at it every single day.
Dude,
What is it?
in Pixon? What'd you say? Are you asking about in Pixon?
yeah. What's the ticker?
INPX. And let me
INPX.
yes, I've talked about this stock many times on this cast of pod, and let me tell you, I'm praying that this week it pops, because actually it has a good chance. And Pixar is presenting at the LD 500 virtual conference tomorrow at 2 p.m. And it's like, I don't know, they're just trying to pitch it to investors and shit, like other micro cap companies to use their
Oh.
shit. So I don't know.
That's cool.
If they pick up some contracts, could pump the stock.
Cool. Pump the stuff.
Freaking, my Joe Rogan theory was correct because Spotify fucking jumped cocked today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Today
dude. That
Joe
was
Rogan's
crazy. That
fucking-
what you sent us, dude. That was nuts.
It went higher even after that. I think. Here, I'll look at it. It went pretty. It was like $10 or something in one day, which wasn't bad. Hold on.
You said INPX.
Yep.
I'll have to add that one on my
It
watch
went
list.
up.
3.4%.
Yeah, 3.4%, which isn't. That's not a bad jump. Thank you, Joe Rogan.
Hell yeah.
But I think they were honestly above that at one point, so they're also kind of rallying back from a dip.
Yeah, stocks are fucking.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were at like pretty much where they're at now in July.
What's Tesla looking like, bro? Tesla's
Yeah.
down. Damn, change since last close. They're negative 4.6%, bah.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. They had a drop, but they also maybe Trent, you can explain this to me a little better. I was trying to read articles, but they did like a stock sell or something today. Do you know what that was?
A stock split.
Yeah, no, not the split, but like the
Yeah,
they sold like
shares.
yeah.
They raised $5 billion in capital by selling shares because there's such an influx of people buying the stock, and since it just split, there is 5 times the amount of stock in the market than there was on August 28th. So what that means, they sold, they raised a bunch of capital, which is fucking awesome because right before coronavirus, Elon did the same thing when the stock was up stupid high because he's a stupid smart CEO. He's fucking awesome. He fucking raised $2 billion in capital. Now he raises another $5 billion when they're perfectly in financial health. They're doing fine. They just had crazy earnings and now it's going to be battery day soon. And they fucking just raised $5 billion more in cash equivalents.
Trent, what did you say? I'm sorry, I don't know if you said it when you said about in Pixon. I was too busy like looking at the watch, just trying to see if it was on. Did you say in Pixon? What did you say about Pixon as far as like, because it's down? Did you say it's worth buying?
So it's up to you. I would research about what they do, but so they are a indoor analytics like company, and they are trying to help with COVID and things of that nature that involve with COVID. So they give like giant indoor maps to like big companies. So like the Pentagon, I know they service them, and like they have like all these nice maps and shit. With their new software, they'll be able to like track places of contamination, heat sensors like of like where like there's high traffic and there needs to be sanitation and shit of that nature. So I think that there's a decent possibility of them selling this software to big companies.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my take on why I would buy them or why I have invested in them.
Okay.
But
Cool.
to each their own. I've been listening to them quite a bit, and they're trying so hard to like make this shit work. If you're looking at the statistics, their market cap was so low, like not even a year ago, 7 million. Now their market cap is 50 million. Like that company quadrupled in growth, or no, like quintupled in growth. I can't even do math.
Yeah.
What is it, 4 times? Or I mean 7 times, damn near 49.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they raised $39 million in cash,
Yeah,
and
I'll put 'em on
lowered
my
their
watch
debt
list.
from 10 million to 6 million.
I got them
So
on the watch list, so I'll keep an eye on it.
It's not like they're going out of business anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I completely blanked. I don't remember.
All I know, baby, is I am fucking up. What's my fucking? I'm up $1.04 right now.
You boys want to know how much money I lost today?
How much?
It's just a daily thing, but $217.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I lost 102, but it was all from Tesla. For the most part, I had gains on everything else.
I don't
That's
even
good.
know what I lost in today.
Because I think I'm up like 400 something, but a majority of that's from Tesla, but like a good 50 of it's from my other stuff.
Oh yeah, I lost money off in Pixion, Lemonade, lots of stuff. Planet 13, Tesla, all them good shits. But like that's just how the market be, man. Like fucking. But one day I'll see it pop up like $400, and I'll be like, oh my god, I made quite a bit of money today. And it's
That was
like
yesterday for me.
yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. And it's just like, yeah, I just try to keep my realized earnings high and try to just keep grinding, you know.
Yes, sir.
That's what you gotta do, baby.
Well, boys, don't
Can
know
I
about
rip it?
y'all.
Can I
Sure,
rip
man.
it?
Rip it?
Oh, baby. It is fucking time for your da-da-da. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your favorite segment of the Socially Distant Podcast, the Meme of the Week. As always, I am your host, B-Dill, coming at you with the Meme of the Week. Got a banger for you, once again. As always, 23 Weeks Strong, brought to you by the Nugget Instagram page. Of course, not a sponsor. This week I sent this one to you guys, and it was fucking gold. This is the one I sent in the chat. And I want to watch the video, but it blasts in my fucking eardrums. So like I'm not gonna be able to hear you guys because I'm turning my volume way down, so like the music of like the ad doesn't kill me, but I'll try to like talk over it a little bit. But basically the caption is, when she texts you, have a nice life, like she done, then you wake up to 8 paragraphs in the morning. And it's like this, I don't know what the song is. Apparently the song is Stay Your Distance by Yo Gotti. And it's just this dude, it's this black dude in this parking lot. And he's got like a cowboy outfit on. And he's just like dancing to the fucking song and just like grooving and shit. And it's the funniest thing in the world. I died. When I saw that one, I died. Dude. I was like, that one's gotta be the meme. That one's gotta be the meme. It was so
I'm not gonna lie.
You
I didn't hear anything you said.
I didn't
Why?
hear a single thing you said.
Why didn't you hear
bro.
me?
It cut out, or like you got really quiet when you started playing the video,
Oh, really?
to the point where we did not hear a single word.
Okay.
We've seen the meme. It is good.
As long
Yeah.
as, okay, it doesn't matter, because as long as it recorded on my audio, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you're fine.
They'll be able to hear us.
Okay, but what I said, I wonder when I turn my mic down if like it it puts my volume down too. I'm not sure, but all I said was when I saw that one, I said what it said on top, the subtitle, and then I just described what was going on in the video. And all I said was when I saw that one on my feed, I sent it to you guys, and I was instantly like, "That's the one," because that one just killed me, bro. Some about people dancing to music just makes me laugh. I love it. But that was your da-da-da meme of the week, SDP, episode 23, coming at you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
To end off the podcast, I want to give a fat shout out to Interesting Investing on YouTube. Go sub to that shit.
Yes, Jake
I
Lugen.
watch that shit every single. If you like stocks and you want to start getting into it, I'd recommend doing that because he puts out videos right before the market opens.
Jake's a wizard.
Hell yeah. And follow Big Sugar on TikTok.
Yes.
True.
Dwayne
You
had
had
a video.
Fat fucking gains this week.
Yeah, Big Dwayne had a fucking 8K follower improvement on TikTok.
That's crazy.
8 more thousand. We're at 18.7 thousand people.
Hell
following.
yeah, baby. Bless.
Fat gains, I saw that.
Yeah, dude.
Bless,
that fucking
bless,
video
bless.
went nutty. I just want more of them to do that, but it's low-key hard.
Yeah. Hey man, if you get one that pops off, that's 8K followers. That's a fat
Yeah.
increase right there.
18.7% on the way to 100,000 to getting branded.
Hell yeah,
Well,
that's more followers than I've ever had in my entire life across every single one of my social media.
That's more
accounts.
people
Me
that I've ever
too.
encountered with in my life.
jeez.
Interacted with in my life is what I should say, not encountered.
I've
Well,
never
both.
even
Encountered
seen
and
that many
interacted.
people talk to that
I don't
many
even know if
people.
I know that many people, bro.
No way.
Don't know that many people.
No, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's different.
Well,
TikTok's
Everybody,
a crazy app. And hopefully fucking Microsoft and Walmart buys it.
Hopefully, yes. I
They
pray
will.
to fucking God, or else I'm gone forever. Rip.
true.
But hey, it's been real.
It's been real. Everybody stay safe out there. Thanks for tuning in. And we
Everybody
will
stay safe.
see y'all next week.
Happy 23rd episode. I see ya at the 24th.
See you next week.
Bye.